Si I told you. Wao wenyewe kwa wenyewe watamwaga mtama kwa kuku wengi na tutajua. So Ojwang kufika station akiwa sawa. Alifika akiwa amefanyiwa mambo. Ndio CCTV asipo.
The Star newspaper imeamua kuanguka na mtu leo. Imesema Albert Ojwang alifika Central Police Station akiwa fiti, but akatolewa akapelekwa Karura, akakuwa tortured. A senior police officer with his driver was there, and then akarudishwa akiwa hali mahututi. After they tensed up, alipigwa akaget into a coma, they tensed up, wakamrudisha Central wakamkataa, ndo akakimbizwa Mbagathi. I knew there was something hidden.
You know, the only time Kenyans are going to be serious is when tragedy befalls on their door. That is the time that Kenyans are going to be serious. But let me tell you, I'm heading towards the Central Police Station because, you know, justice cannot be delayed. It cannot be delayed. There is no way. Actually, the Star newspaper has come up with new revelations that it is the Deputy Inspector General himself who was at the point of murder of Ojwang, and that Ojwang was not murdered in the cell. He was murdered in Karura forest. So there is no way justice can be delayed on this one. You see, I don't dispute businesses must be opened in town. I'm just in town right now. You know, Kenyans, it's high time we be serious. Very high time we be serious. Now, there is another thing you need to note. There is a deliberate plan to cover up for this Deputy Inspector General who is called Lagat. And that is something we will not agree to because we are championing for his resignation and his arrest, because this is an accessory to murder. There is absolutely no way we can just sit down. You know, kuja tao bro. Nani sasa anakustua? Umestuka na vitu ngapi as a Kenyan? Vitu ngapi as a Kenyan? Vitu ndogo haziwezi kukustua. Wewe kuja tao, we're in town right now. Nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing. You come to town. You know, we are mobilizing people to come to town. You know, as in usingoje mtu akupatie pesa ukuje, hapana. You come on your own volition. You must get justice. Justice must be done. It must be done. Now, you know, nyinyi mnaogopa vitu mingi. You know, Kenyans, by the it's high time we be serious. It's very high time we be serious. Do not wait for money to be mobilized to come to fight for justice. Don't. Get my point? Don't. So kuja without any fear. Come without any fear. We are a fearless generation. We are a generation that we're going to make change. We're going to make change. We're the only ones who can change this country. Actually, I'm just near Central Police Station. I want to like make them go and do some input. How comes the CCTV camera was not working at the time this guy was being brought to the station? We need to know how comes it was not working. This is not what taxpayers pay for. This is not what taxpayers expect. No, we really need some answers and we really need it now.
Leo gazeti ya Star iko na hiyo story ya Ojwang in depth. What happened? So, wakati Ojwang alikamatwa na kutolewa Homa Bay kuletwa Nairobi, alibukiwa akiwa in a good condition. But wakati alibukiwa akawekwa kwa station, at around 9:35 PM usiku, kuna watu alimkujia. Kunasemekana it is a senior policeman na driver wake. So ni policeman mgani huyo? Akona driver wake. So walimkujia na wakaenda wakampeleka Karura forest wakiwa na mapolisi wengine. So inasemekana that kulingana na The Star walimtocha kutoka 9:35 mpaka 1 AM. So the guy was tortured to a coma. Walimtocha mpaka akaenda kwa coma. Then after that ndivyo walistuka walipoona ni kama anaaga. So wakamchukua wakamleta police station tena. Lakini area OCS na watu wale walikuwa kwa hiyo police station wakaona huyu ako unconcerned, hawezi mbook, wakakataa. Lakini the same senior police officer akapeana orders from above kuwa abukiwe na awekwe. Na wale petty offenders wote walikuwa kwa hiyo cell wakaachiliwa, wakaabua waende nyumbani, ndivyo wa create space Ojwang awekwe huko ndani. It is very unfortunate. It is very unfortunate that hata kulingana na hiyo story ya Star ni kuwa hata main suspect alikuwa hapo wakati huyo jamaa alikuwa anateswa. Na our call continue that he must resign. Failure to do that, we are going to force him to resign. Mwambie we had other powerful. Mwambie we had even Chief Justice, Deputy Chief Justice Deborah. We forced him to resign. Hata wewe tutakuforce. Resign and be prosecuted before a court of law, because that is evil.
We checked his skin. It was quite okay, but there were a lot of injuries. When we went deep with the skin, there were a lot of injuries in the skin. Actually, the skin, the injuries were almost everywhere in the body. There were injuries in the neck, there were injuries in the back. In fact, the injuries were the back were very bad, because when we examined inside, we found that actually the injuries were very serious and very deep and inflicted with a lot of force, because there was bleeding inside the skin, which we could not see. And then that thing is that actually Albert had no disease at all, because we checked each and every organ. He had no disease at all. And then when we checked where we found a lot of his injuries, they were around the head. The whole head was full of blood. The whole head. On top of the head, we normally call it scalp, it was full of blood. And then when we checked inside, that blood went inside his brain. So the cause of death of Albert is because of head injury caused by blunt trauma, and he had signs of neck compression, apart from the multiple injuries which were all over the body. So I think from there, I think very important is that I'll be able to write a report which will be very detailed for the lawyer. As the most important thing for us pathologists, we write the report to the lawyer. Of course, there's a report for the police which will be, we will sign all of us. That is a report which is for the police, and the police will be able to use it later in prosecution. But us, as a pathologist, have a commitment to write a report to the family through the lawyers, so that they can be able to interrogate the report and they will be able to present it in court. When I'm supposed to come to court, I'll come there and give the evidence still using the same report, which I'll be able to give to the lawyers of the family. This report, it will not take a long time, but I need to each and every aspect which we found, it will be documented and in details. Now, we have already taken some specimens for toxicology. They are not that very important, but we need to check if there's anything which happened to Albert. But we know the cause of death is actually the injuries which were there. But we want to check, was there anything else which was given, because it's always very important. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and it's just I start by saying self-abduction, self-killing, self-murder, and this narrative has been falsified. It is undisputable fact that Albert has been killed by the state. And the execution was happening in a very short period of time, because he checked in Central around 9:30 something. By 1, he was dead. Means that it was execution with the supersonic speed. So the questions the family is asking are very legitimate. And we want to ask questions not to police service. We want to zero into which officer gave which order to execute what and who executed it. We don't want blanket investigation. So we're asking for very specific investigation. For someone to go for your head, he wants to kill you. God is not a fool to have put a skull to keep the brain. The most important organ in your body is your brain, kept inside by a skull. So he has been killed deliberately. There's intention clear, and also the execution, the action is very clear. So it is murder, and murder must be done by a specific person. So let no one cheat us about this matter, about this thing they're saying, oh, self-abduction, you hit your head on the wall. Let no one dissuade us, but I'm asking everybody out there to help the family to mourn. It's a time to support the family in any way you can support them. I'm sure you have already done a lot already, the media fraternity, all the young people. You have really been insisting, even when you are there. They're the one who said yesterday, do it now. And their pressure of doing now, I like the young energy. They don't wait. For us, we could say, let's wait tomorrow, but now or never.
This is CS Talam from Central Police Station, Nairobi, where the drama unfolded, or where the life of our very own son stopped. Mr. Talam, this is not the months of Easter where you can be used to carry someone's cross, because I know that the only cross that was there was what Jesus carried on behalf of us. The rest is just show-offs and movies. So please come clear and tell Kenyans whatever unfolded. Give us the CCTV footages of whatever happened in your own home, because that is where you live. You are the boss in that Central Police Station. You know everything that unfolded there. Please come clear and tell Kenyans. I know you might be to some extent want to please your boss, but I have now to tell you here that you have started smelling a sheep in the eyes of some people in this case, and they are going to eat you up. When the hyena wants to eat his own kid, he will always start telling the friends that, you see, my kid is smelling a sheep. Then later on, he'll end up eating that child. So please, you have started smelling a sheep, and everybody is saying it. You will disappear. If you see a child pointing in one direction and that child is crying so bitterly, then it means that the mother is from that direction. The mother went in that direction, or the father is going to come from that direction. A child cannot lie. So people are now pointing fingers at the Central Police Station, and you are the boss. Come clear and tell Kenyans whatever happened. Let's assume that maybe they brought our son to the police station when he was very much alive. Then maybe give us the police that did whatever they did, or whatever hammered our own son. Because I listened so vividly to IPOA Vice Chair. She talked about our son being reported at your police station at around 21:31 p.m. DCI boss talked about 21:32 p.m. Now IG Kanja is talking about 21:35 p.m. All this, it means that at the Central Police Station there is three OB numbers with the different times. So these guys have got something that are hiding. Come clear and tell Kenyans whatever happened. Uncle, come clear and tell whatever. Before you disappear, because I know you will disappear, come and tell Kenyans whatever happened. And if you are not, then the spirit of our very own General Ogola that is not at rest as we speak, it's going to make sure that you guys eat yourself up. You see, the spirit of General Ogola and the spirit of our son Albert, whom you decided to end his life so soon before his time, if they team up, bro, you will receive Pepe. Please come clear and tell Kenyans whatever happened before you start speaking in tongues. Say the truth, my friend.